Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 28th. This week, you have this shark card. It says Survival and Power. You have this envelope. It says Unfolding Surprise. So there could be a surprise coming in for you. Let's find out. You have the King of Cups, the Chariot, and sure, we'll take both of these right here. The Fool and the Knight of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, number one, this could be a move. Sometimes that I read the King of Cups as the card of the home. It's just there are some cards in the tarot that I call clue cards, and the King of Cups, definitely when it comes up with another moving card, it can say to me that you are moving or making some sort of move, like getting a new job or, going on a new adventure. And, I do feel that for some of you. I kind of feel like you're being emotionally pulled towards something with that King of Cups. He has very deep emotions. He's sitting in the middle of the ocean, and he has these choppy waters around him, but he is perfectly fine. So he's very clear on his situation, and he's also very much in control of his emotions. So I feel for a lot of you, this could be a person, but I also feel that this could be you using your emotions to, guide you or to move you towards probably like some sort of victory as well with the Chariot. The Chariot is a total victory. The Chariot is about really taking control of your situation and making something happen. With the Chariot, it says where there's a will, there's a way. So if there's something you're trying to accomplish or something you're trying to do, you end with the World card, which is your card, Capricorn. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength. But the World card is an accomplishment. Also travel. So a lot of you could be thinking about like traveling or moving or going on adventures. I think all that would be a good idea for you. But again, the Chariot says where there's a will, there's a way. So if there's something you want, I would go and get it. It's a card of setting yourself apart as well. And so a lot of you could be setting yourself apart, making yourself unique. You have the Fool and the Knight of Pentacles. This is something that you've been thinking about doing with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the tarot that isn't making any moves. And, I always say that he has everything he needs to be very successful, but all he has to do is plant seeds in that field behind him and they will grow. So the Fool, I feel, is encouraging you to take a risk towards something that you've been thinking about doing in your life, and it literally could be anything. Like, I'm not picking up on one thing or the other. I feel this is different for all of you, but I do think it's something that you've been overthinking, or, it's something where you are being too cautious in making a move, and I feel this is saying it's time to plant that first seed. The easiest thing to do with the Knight of Pentacles is just take a tiny step. So if this is like a business or career or whatever it is, it just says, like, take a tiny step and see where it goes. We also go Seven of Wands to the Emperor. And again, the Emperor is also a card of control, just like the Chariot. So with the Emperor, we really have to take control of our situation, and we really have to make something happen. So I think this whole entire reading, and you have the Six of Swords wanting to pop out there. I don't take pop outs, and I have Butterfingers anyway, so that wasn't even a pop out. But, again, I think that it's time to kind of like take control of something here. With the King of Cups, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant can represent marriage. So, if this is love, this could be marriage potential here. The Hierophant is also blessings. He is blessing the two people in front of him on the Hierophant card, and it also represents kind of bringing your dream down to earth. The Hierophant is the bridge between the heavens and the earth, and he is able to communicate a dream, a vision down to earth, and you have the world at the end. So I think it's time to bring something down to earth. Yeah, with the Chariot, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction, so it can say that you're not seeing everything clearly. It can also say that you are only seeing one way of doing things when there are many. So I would stay flexible. And I would realize that, whatever you're thinking about taking a step on here, that you will not be stuck. I think, again, as I always say to you, Capricorn, I think you've been stuck for too long. And so that could be making you hesitate, or that could be part of the challenge here. But I definitely feel it's time for you to kind of like unstick yourself and take the first step, because you're not stuck. With the Fool and the Knight of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. The Ace of Wands is about moving towards your passions and desires. It is a passionate new beginning. And the Ace of Wands is also out with the old, in with the new. Normally there's a castle that's crumbling in the background of the Ace of Wands. And with the Ace of Wands, we have to move towards something that makes us feel desire. The Ace of Wands is all about your desires, what you desire to do in your life, what brings you passion and joy, and what makes you feel electric, what makes you feel alive. And that's what I feel like you need to move towards here with that Ace of Wands. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Wolf Spirit. It says, turn knowledge into wisdom. You've been learning a lot for 20 years with Pluto in your sign. Now it's time to take what you've learned and apply it to your masterpiece, right? Let's put it that way. You have this Bobcat Spirit. Says, life is a mystery. Yeah, it is. It's like sometimes we don't know why things happen. You have the Page of Swords. It's like, there's some sort of mystery going on in your life. The mystery could be the King of Cups right here. So it's like you're looking at something. I don't even think the King of Cups has to be a person. It could be for some of you, but I feel like this is saying that you are looking at something that you could commit to. Doesn't have to be love with the Hermit. This could be your dream. It could be something that you have an emotional attachment to, but it's like you're looking at it. You're curious about it with the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords really does say that we need to follow our curiosity. If something captures our attention, we need to move towards it and just see what happens. So, I feel like this Page of Swords is almost saying indulge your curiosities and see where they lead to, because you're looking at something. It's almost like you're looking at something that's pulling on your heartstrings, and but not like literally. I don't think it's making you sad. I think that if anything, this will make you happy, or if anything, it's more about joy and happiness. And I said the word electric as well, so it could be something that makes you feel like alive with the Ace of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says, when you know that something is for you, then it's for you. So it's about having that belief that you can have or do or be whatever you want to be in life. And it's about really, really believing, deep down inside that you can make something happen. And again, when there is no other way than for you to be successful, you will be successful. So I truly believe that with the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands can also represent boundaries. And we do have two cards of boundaries here, Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of persistence, and the Nine of Wands is a card of perseverance. They both basically mean the same thing, but they both say don't give up. They also can both represent having boundaries. The Seven of Wands is kind of like drawing a line in the sand. The Nine of Wands is just about like kind of putting up the boundaries that you have. And so if you are getting into anything new, make sure that you're doing things with boundaries. Again, you've learned a lot of lessons over the years, and I kind of feel like all these cards are saying don't throw those lessons away. If something happens in, let's say this is about business, and if something happens that crosses a boundary, I feel this is saying like pay attention to it and make sure that you don't, cross the boundary, or make sure that, if you're dealing with other people, that they don't cross the boundary. And as long as you do that, you'll be fine. The Nine of Wands is also about experimentation. It's my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I think it would be just a great time for you to experiment in like work, business, life in general, whatever you're doing. And, I think that could lead to more success. Let's see. With the Page of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a great card for wealth. So like whatever you're looking at could bring wealth into your life. And it doesn't have to be money. This could be any type of wealth that you could possibly imagine. But the King of Pentacles is also something very stable. So, if you are looking at, for example, making a change in your business with that Page of Swords, or if you're curious about it, this would be a very good change to make. It would be very stable and potentially lead to wealth. If this is a person that you're looking at, it could be a very stable, wealthy person, or a person that is just stable in life in general. So I think that this is really encouraging you to move towards whatever it is that you're looking at. Oh, here you go. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. Someone needs to open up here, right? King of Cups, Queen of Cups, divine counterparts. It doesn't have to be a water sign. Could be any sign. Multiple people have had King and Queen of Cups this week, which is interesting. So, this could just represent a very strong emotional connection. It could just be that people are looking for, more emotional connections at this time. So it could be any sign, but definitely I think someone needs to open up with that Seven of Wands, because Seven of Wands can be like too closed off. But, it is a very good connection. And the Three of Cups is also very good because it would represent, a celebration or happiness between the two people. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Page of Wands. Yes, you need to give something another chance or another try. It could be anything. Nine of Wands is kind of like on his last chance. He's holding on to one wand. The Page of Wands is kind of holding on to one wand and taking another swing at something. So I don't think this is like a person coming back. Like if this is love, for example, it's saying, give love another chance. It doesn't have to be the same person. It could be a new person. It probably is. If this is work, same thing. It's like you're not necessarily doing the same thing again, but you could just be giving your business or your career or something that you're working on another chance. And I think the Page of Wands is saying do it. Next in the area messages from your future self, you have this regret card and this release card. I feel like you need to release regrets. Any regrets you have. You probably have some regrets. I always tell people it's like we shouldn't have regrets, of course, but I think based off of Pluto in your sign for 20 years or whatever it was, 16 years, I think that, a lot of you could have certain things that you feel like you missed out on. Maybe that's a better way to put it. And now I feel that you need to take control of those situations that you feel like you missed out on, and you need to recreate them in your life now. That's what the Emperor is saying. It's like saying you need to recreate or create for yourself the situations that you feel like you missed out on. That's what I'm getting. That's it. And, this could be love. Obviously, it's not saying go back to the same person, but it's saying, take the positive aspects of a connection, and it's like, can you attract something similar, which I believe you can, in the future? Same thing with work or business. If something didn't work out, how can you make it work now? How can you make some changes and take control? And how can you boss up with the Emperor and really manifest what you've been trying to manifest? And that's what I feel this card is encouraging. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, of course, is work hard, play hard, but Two of Pentacles encourages balance. So it says if you are working hard, which you're Capricorn, so you probably are, then it says you need to play hard. If you're only playing, which you're probably not, but maybe some of you are, then you need to work hard. The Two of Pentacles is also sometimes I think about picking something. So he's like trying to make a decision. And we also go to the world right here, and the world can say that you need to like pick one thing and have the achievement. So if you are going back and forth between two ideas or two businesses, I feel this is saying like pick one path, make it happen, because the achievement is here for you to have. You have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups can represent a celebration or happiness. These three people on this card are celebrating a harvest that they're having around them. So some of you could be celebrating some sort of harvest, or you could be having a harvest in your life at this time. This card can also represent a reunion. And again, if you're attracting love, I don't think this is a past person. I think this is a new person, but maybe it feels like you know this person, or maybe it feels like you recognize this person in some way. And so there definitely could be a reunion in that sense. It could be like a past life connection. I also feel it's an amazing time for teamwork for Capricorn. I think one thing that Capricorn, it's like, I think you're used to getting burned by people. And so this is something you have to get over. There's no other way to say it other than get over it. And, I think that you've had bad experiences working together with other people, but you need to look at those bad experiences and say, what didn't I pay attention to? And now it's time to create new experiences with new people in like work, business, or who can help you or who can help you grow. And it's time to create new experiences with people so that you can have success, especially if you have a business. I think this could be about like hiring people or working together with other people or getting an accountability partner or something like that. With the Emperor, you have the King of Wands. Yeah, it's really about taking control, really making things happen. You do have the Emperor here, but you almost have the Emperor with the King. So the only thing we're missing is the King of Swords. So a lot of you could be attracting an Emperor or an Empress, take it how it resonates, like if you want love. But the King of Wands is all about being a visionary, and I feel like you need to trust your future ideas here, Capricorn. Like you might have ideas for the future or plans for the future, and I would really listen to your inner voice. What do you know? You have the Two of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands. So we have the King of Cups and Queen of Cups and the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. I feel like that this is the same person. This could be a very emotional, strong connection, but it could also be a connection that is very spicy. Let's put it that way. I have to keep it G-rated on YouTube because YouTube is run by 3-year-olds, right? But what I would say here is it could be very sexy, very spicy connection. It could also be very, a very confident connection as well, where both people are very, feel very confident with each other. It's like sometimes you get into a relationship, it's awkward. It's like you're not sure where to put your hands. Things are going all over the place. What do you do? And you don't really know it. It's like I think sometimes two people just don't work well together. This has a much better flow, has a much better connective energy. With the 3 of Cups, you have the Tower. Almost everybody's had the Tower this week. There are going to be a billion Tower moments between now and 2033. Wouldn't even worry about it. I think that these are probably global Tower moments. A lot of shock, surprise, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I don't know. I'm bored. I'm bored of it. Now, Capricorn, it's like all this stuff, comes out in the news. It's like, yep. When are they going to reveal aliens? Probably soon. They basically already have, right? So, I don't know. Wouldn't even worry about it. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Unfinished Symphony card and this Regeneration card. So I feel like there's something like that you have to see through to the end, and it's probably what you've been working on for a long time. So if you've been trying to create like a specific business or, trying to create a specific hobby, even, something that you enjoy for yourself, I feel like this is saying, see it through to the end with that Unfinished Symphony card. Maybe you need some regeneration time. It is a pretty good time to regenerate at the end of the year. We have a bunch of retrogrades. So if you need a rest, take a rest. If you need a break, take a break. You have the World, the Magician, and the Moon. Literally would represent manifesting an accomplishment on Earth or a dream on Earth. The World is an accomplishment, and so a lot of you could be accomplishing great things. The World is also your card, Capricorn, so it says that you are present in the reading. Whenever you show up as yourself, this puts you in a position of power and strength, really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I feel for a lot of you that you're in a very strong position in the reading. You have the Magician. It's like you have asked, I really feel you have asked for something. I'm pretty sure I've said this to you before as well, that you have asked for something in the world, and it's like you have attracted it. So I feel like you have been asking the universe for something, or like hoping and praying for something, and you're about to get it. I always pull the card he's pointing to. Sorry, wrong camera. And so we're going to say he's pointing to this deck right here. You can't make this up. You have this elephant that says, learn from the past. Again, I think there is something here that is stopping you from making a move right now, and I think that is your past experiences. I feel like this is saying as long as you have learned from your past experiences, you will not make the same mistakes. You will be perfectly fine. So I think that's what this card is saying. You have the Moon. The Moon and the good stuff to me can say that you are entering into a sun period, actually. You are entering into a period of clarity in knowing what to do. I also feel the Moon sometimes can represent bringing a dream down to earth. The Moon is part of the Fool's journey, and nowhere on the Moon does it tell the Fool to stop. It says you need to keep going and accomplish, whatever this journey is. He has these mountains in the background, and the mountains represent, obstacles, but they also represent achievements. And you're a Capricorn. You know how to climb the mountains anyway. So, I think whatever you've set out to do, you need to do it. With the World, you have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, everything you want and desire in your life. I also feel this is you connecting the dots in the future. It's like, I feel a lot of things don't make sense to you right now. But give it a few months, and I feel that all of a sudden everything is going to make sense. Like whatever you've been through, I'm also hearing this is going to be a kind of weird message, right? But it's like if you are the type of person where you feel like your life has not been like everybody else's, where you feel like everybody else kind of like fits a mold, but yours has been very different, then I feel you're going to understand why, like in the very near future. That I don't know. That's what I'm getting. With the Magician, you have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands would represent getting to the end of a very, very long journey. Normally the guy on the 10 of Wands is carrying these 10 wands, but he's about to reach his home in the background. In the area of the good stuff, I would say you're getting rewards for all your hard work. Pretty much every reading I do for you has been saying you're getting rewards for hard work. With the Moon, you have the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords and the good stuff would represent a blessing in disguise. So you could be seeing how, something from your past that didn't work out was a blessing in disguise. And it's like you're in a much better position right now. So things are definitely improving. You have this broken wishbone card. It says, wish will not be granted. So I feel for some of you, there are just certain things that aren't working. There's other things that are working. And I would double down on the things that are working in your life. I feel like that's going to be, the best bet for you with this energy. You have this fly card that says a period of ill health and depression. I would definitely, I'm not again, these cards are a little dramatic, this deck, but what I would say is we have Mars going retrograde in Leo at the end of the year. Mars, and especially if you have Leo in your chart, I would definitely listen to this. Leo is our vitality, our life force. So I wouldn't be paranoid about this, but I would pay attention to it. I'd make sure that you're staying healthy at the end of the year. Just, follow all the good health rules, right? Take care of yourself, drink water, get rest. You have this carriage card. It says a journey, either physical or mental. Definitely some sort of travel in this reading. Chariot, King of Cups, the World. You had something else as well that I'm not remembering, but whatever. So some of you could definitely be traveling. If you're thinking about traveling, there could be a lot of benefits to the travel. You have this torch card that says spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. I think you have been developing for a very long period of time. I'm hearing you're weird as well. But I'm wondering, do your friends call you weird or something like that, Capricorn? It's like maybe you tell your friends about Minnow, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Tell all your friends about Minnow, right? And maybe they're like, why do you watch this? This guy's a bozo. This guy's a jerk, right? So maybe you're the weird friend. I don't know. But keep doing what you're doing. Keep watching Minnow, right? You have this broken ring card. It says parting of the ways in either romance or business. I feel like this is more talking about changes that are happening for you. I think that there are changes going on in work or business, and you're just kind of committing to new things, and that's a good thing. But really interesting, Cap. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.